All right, let's dive into one of Shakespeare's most, well, magical plays, The Tempest. It kicks off with this spectacular act of revenge, but it ends up asking a really profound question. What's true power? Is it the magic to control your enemies, or is it the strength to just forgive them? Let's break it down. So the play just throws you right into the deep end. Literally. There's this massive, violent storm, and a ship is just being ripped to shreds. You've got sailors freaking out, nobles panicking, and then, boom, the whole thing splinters apart. It looks like there's no way anyone is making it out of this alive. So you're thinking, wow, what a horrible accident, right? A freak storm at sea? But Shakespeare immediately makes you wonder, is that really what's going on here? And yeah, the answer is a big fat no. This wasn't some random storm. Not even close. It's actually a super powerful illusion, a magic trick designed to do one thing: wreck that ship and make sure every single person on board washes up on a very specific, very remote island. Okay, so this storm, it's not just weather. It's the opening move. It's what sets this entire story in motion, all according to a very detailed plan. So who's pulling the strings here? Well, meet Prospero. He's our protagonist. And get this, he's the rightful Duke of Milan, but he was exiled 12 years ago. Now, he's a powerful magician, and this island is his kingdom. His goal is pretty simple, really: bring his enemies, the guys who betrayed him, to his island. But wait, how does a duke become an island sorcerer? Good question. To get what's happening now, we've got to go back in time and see how he ended up here in the first place. Okay, so here's the backstory, going back 12 years. Prospero was the Duke of Milan, but he was way more interested in his books and magic than, actually ruling. He trusted his brother Antonio to handle things. Big mistake. Antonio teams up with Alonso, the king of Naples, and they overthrow him. They stick Prospero and his baby daughter Miranda on this crummy little boat and set them adrift. The only reason they survived is because this one good guy, Gonzalo, secretly packed the boat with supplies, and most importantly, Prospero's magic books. They land on this island, and for 12 long years, Prospero has been waiting, studying, and plotting for this exact day, the day his enemies sail right past his island. So Prospero isn't just hanging out by himself on this island. Let's do a quick roll call of who's who, starting with the man of the hour himself. Then there's his daughter, Miranda. She's seen literally no one else but her dad for her entire life. Talk about sheltered. And yep, her innocence is going to be a big part of his plan. And you can't have a magician without a magical assistant, right? This is Ariel, a powerful spirit that Prospero rescued. Now, Ariel owes him big time and has to do all his magical dirty work. Yep, including whipping up that little storm we saw. And rounding out our cast is Caliban. No, this is complicated. He's the son of the witch who used to rule the island, so he feels like it's his home. But Prospero has enslaved him, and Caliban hates him for it. I mean, really hates him. This whole dynamic brings up some really heavy questions about power and colonialism. So here's where Prospero's plan gets really clever. He doesn't just shipwreck everyone in one big group. Nope. He has Ariel split them up into 3 separate groups, all wandering the island at the same time. And this is how it breaks down. You've got Group 1, the royals. These are the main bad guys, and wouldn't you know it, they're already plotting against each other. Then you've got Group 2, the lover. That's Prince Ferdinand, who Prospero has cleverly isolated so he'll bump into Miranda. And finally, Group 3, the drunkards. They meet up with Caliban, and, well, things get a little messy and a little hilarious. So in that first group with the royals, it's like history is repeating itself. It's crazy. The same way Antonio betrayed Prospero, he's now trying to get King Alonso's brother to murder the king. They're literally about to do it, but poof, Ariel steps in and stops them. Just goes to show you Prospero is watching everything. At the same time, the other 2 plans are working perfectly. Ferdinand meets Miranda and bam, instant love. It's exactly what Prospero wanted. And elsewhere, Caliban bumps into those 2 drunk guys from the ship and hatches his own little murder plot against Prospero. It's kind of like a funny, bumbling version of the serious betrayal happening with the royals. Okay, so all these different stories, all this magic, it's all been leading up to this. It's time for Prospero's endgame. He's about to make his enemies confront what they did to him all those years ago. Picture this. The royal group is lost. They're starving. They're exhausted. And suddenly, this incredible feast just appears out of nowhere. But right when they go to grab the food, bam, Ariel shows up, disguised as this terrifying monster, a harpy, and the food just disappears. This is it, the moment of reckoning. And Ariel does not hold back. He calls them out, Alonso, Antonio, and Sebastian, and basically says, "You are 3 men of sin." He tells them that fate itself is punishing them for what they did to Prospero. And this just breaks them. The magic, the accusation, all that guilt they've buried for 12 years comes rushing back. So, this is the climax. Prospero has them. They're broken, they're guilty, and they're completely at his mercy. Everything he's planned for 12 years has worked. Now he has a choice to make. Does he get the revenge he's dreamed of? Or does he choose forgiveness? Does he stay here as a sorcerer? Or does he go back to being a man? All right, so here we are in the final act. Everything is coming together. His enemies are cornered, the lovers are united. So what does he decide? He chooses forgiveness. It's incredible. He walks out and reveals who he is, and you can just imagine the shock. King Alonso is filled with regret, and then he's overjoyed to see his son Ferdinand is alive and engaged to Miranda. Prospero even forgives his own brother, who doesn't even apologize. He tells Ariel, "You're free." Then, in the biggest move of all, he renounces his magic. He breaks his staff. He chooses to be human again. And just like that, it's over. Everything's resolved. They all get on the ship, which is magically fixed, by the way, and head back to Italy. The enchanted island has served its purpose, and it's time to return to the real world. But that leaves us with this one big question, doesn't it? Prospero had godlike power on that island. He could control everything. But to get his life back, to be human again, he had to let it all go. So what is real power? Is it magic and control? Or is it something much more human, like the ability to forgive?